Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be among you today and to have an opportunity to speak at this remarkable event. Let me start by saying that as someone whose major occupation is not science, but public sector activity, I would like to talk about what, in my opinion, makes a state-funded scientific or technological project potentially successful based on international experience. I took my time to review the latest advances in science, technology, and innovation, and I won't say anything new now, but as I delved into the subject, I realized how simply mind-blowing the humankind's scientific advances are in terms breadth, depth, and speed of development. Some of the success stories in this area range from 3D printing to seismic wallpaper and can withstand earthquake to wearable fabric that can generate electricity from the sun to using nanotechnology to prevent the, heart attacks, to name just a few. The list is endless and it shows that the future is here. While this is certainly an amazing development and hopefully the trend continues, there are certain factors that I believe should not be overlooked in this ever-accelerating race to bring about more and more innovations. As has been said numerous times at many fora, we should remember that some of the basic resources in certain countries and in some cases at a global level are getting less and less, be it natural resources such as energy or water, labor, or simply money. At the same time, while many of the challenges the humankind faced in the past have been successfully addressed, again, thanks to the scientific progress, some of the problems are still here or are emerging, such as lack of potable water, in many areas across the world, absence of cure for some diseases or the climate change. In this situation, in my opinion, the best lesson we can learn and apply is to ensure there is a clear focus or prioritization of areas where technological advances and innovation are needed the most, especially when it comes to state-funded projects. In other words, the scientific initiative governments choose to support the most should be socially relevant to make sure they address the most basic issues that a certain society is facing at the moment and that prevent it from further development. Of course, such decisions will be to a great degree influenced by the context of each particular country and its overall objectives. For example, USA may choose to focus on providing a 4G connection to all of its citizens, and there is sufficient basis to assume this objective is entirely relevant for this country. However, if a less developed country, which, for instance, has significant food security problems, chooses to give the same high priority to developing 4G instead of focusing on technologies that may help it address a more urgent and basic need, then there may be a need to reassess the relevance of such a project. Therefore, in each party focuses on prioritizing its investments in technology based on relevance, there is a better chance for a faster and successful resolution of problems different countries face now. And this aspect is important as, in my opinion, scientific progress is not only about aspiring to bring closer the future promised by science fiction, but also about learning to leave behind the complications of the past by solving them once and for all. It is important to add here that besides being relevant, technological innovation should not only work in the theory, but be applicable and affordable. While any types of smart and cutting-edge inventions are always welcome, then it comes to public funding with scarce resources, being able to put an innovation into practice without extra pain is another factor that governments should take into account when deciding on projects they want to support. Finally, as many of the emerging technologies are so novel, even if they are relevant, applicable, and affordable, often there is no regulatory environment in place for them to be effectively implemented. This creates a certain obstacle in addressing existing problems using those technologies. Therefore, when investing in a new or promoting an existing technology, governments should be ready to carefully assess regulatory options for such a technology and enforce a framework that strikes a balance between necessary quality and safety controls and encouraging its use by regulation. While having all of the above criteria met may not be always a simple task, I'm positive that our commitment and persistence in helping new technologies address the society's most important and urgent needs will make the whole world a better place for us and for future generations. Thank you for attention.